Let's talk about social engineering. So, social engineering, maybe you heard about it and you don't know what does it mean. And let's try to understand the meaning. What does it mean? What's the purpose of it? So, social engineering, if we will make it like very simple. Imagine you're a detective, but instead of solving mysteries with clues, you're going to solve puzzles about people. That's what social engineering is all about. You see, social engineering is like being a super sneaky spy, but not in a good way. It's when some tricky people try to use their words and charm to trick others into doing things they shouldn't do. They might pretend to be someone else, like a friend or someone important, just to get information or make you do something you shouldn't. It is kind of like playing pretend, but not in a fun way. Like, for example, people could pretend that he working in some VIP, some popular company, but actually it's not. And just because he pretending that he's working there, and he can get some benefit from you. You know what I'm saying? So these sneaky people use their imagination to pretend they're someone they're not, just to get what they want. So another example: imagine someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, I'm your teacher's friend, and she asking me to give you this special sacred message." But guess what? They're not really your teacher's friend, and they're just pretending. And that sacred message might not be so friendly after all. Yeah, for example, I don't know, you getting some message in Instagram, let's say, someone pretending that he's a friend of your friend, and he, let's say, sending you some link, but there's some viruses, and if you will believe to this bullshit and you will click it, they're gonna be some bad. Yeah, that guy who pretend to be the friend of your friend can get some information from you. Yeah, in other words, he can use your trust in a bad way. So, what can you do to stay safe from these tricky social engineerings? Well, remember these three super detective tips. Always check with an adult you trust. If someone you don't know or someone you're not sure about asks you information or to do something, talk to grown up your trust, like your parents, teachers, or another adult you feel safe with. But it sounds like advice for kids. But in general, if you don't understand what's going on, especially, let's say, we talk about that example, the friend of your friend texting to you and saying, "Hey, I'm your friend of your friend." You can ask your real friend who the fuck it is, and if your friend will say, "I don't have a clue," you can. It's gonna be definitely a sign for you that it's all bullshit, and you don't have to trust to that bad guy. So be careful with personal information, just like you don't give your favorite toy to someone you don't know. Be careful with sharing personal things like your full name, address, or passwords. That's like giving them the keys to your sacred treasure. And yeah, another important advice can be make your passwords different, because most people they're using different websites, but their password the same. And if someone will try to hack them, it's going to be way easy for them. If the victim using the same password. That's why First of all, you should make your password complicated, and second, make different passwords. Don't be lazy ass. So, trust your feelings. If someone feels weird or uncomfortable, like a strange puzzle piece that doesn't fit, tell to someone who's expert right away. They will help you to figure out. Nazar, what's that? They will help you right away. They will help you to figure out it's a if it's a tricky social engineering trying to play games with you. So remember, being a super detective means being smart, staying safe, and not telling for sneaky tricks from social engineers, not falling for any sneaky tricks from social engineers. Keep your detective hat on and always be on the lookout for anyone trying to pull a fast one on you. You got this. Yeah, because in simple words, social engineering, we know about hackers who people who hacking systems with programming, and social engineering actually the same stuff, but they hacking people, humans weaknesses. So as you get it, we will talk about today about social engineering. So, what exactly is social engineering? You ask. It's not a sacred spy organization. It's not some sort of futuristic dating technique. Social engineering is the art of manipulating people into devolving sensitive information of performing actions that they wouldn't otherwise do. Think of it as the Conard's guide to human psychology. Now, hold on to your hats because we got some real life examples to tickle your funny bones and hopefully help you stay on guard against these sneaky tactics. So, picture this: a smooth talking stranger walks into a busy office building, confidently striding to the front desk. He flashes a fake ID badge and pretends to be a new ID specialist hired to fix their pesky computer issues. But in reality, he's just there to snoop around the office and swipe some confidential data. Impressive, right? Yeah, I think I heard this story in Kevin Mitnick's story when he was back in the days when he was young. He was pretending to be this sort of guy. Oh, but it's get better. Ever heard of tailgating? No, it's not a fancy party game. It's when a crafty social engineer follows an employee into a restricted area by acting like they belongs there. Oops, I forgot my badge. Mind if I tag along? And voila, they in, and you never knew what hit you. Yeah, like there are many tactics which what social engineers can use. They can use fake ID, but even if they don't have any ID, they can pretend like this. Oh my God, I forget my ID. Could you please sorry me today? And this kind of things. Yeah, you have to be charismatic, attractive if you want to do this kind of shit. So now you might think, oh, but that wouldn't happen to me. I'm too smart to fall for those tricks. Well, let me tell you about fishing. No, it's not a relaxing day at the lake with a fishing rod. It's when you receive an email from your friendly neighborhood prince asking for your bank details so he can send you $1 million. Spoiler alert, he's not a prince, and your bank account won't be overflowing with cash. Yeah, it's another scam. But fret not, dear listeners, we got your back. Here's some tips to outsmart these modern day tricksters and protect yourself from social engineering shenanigans. First, always verify before you trust. If someone claims you to be from company or organization, take a moment to double check their credentials. Better safe than sorry, right? Yeah, in other words, don't be lazy to make double check. If you have some suspicious, just check that. Ask someone. Second, guard your personal information like a dragon guards its treasure. Be cautious about what you share online, on the phone, or even in person. The less information they have, the harder it is to manipulate you. Third, stay informed. Be aware of the latest scams and social engineering techniques making the rounds. Knowledge is power, my friends. Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna be like curious and check the news about this kind of stuff, you always gonna be, you know, you knowledge gonna be updated. You're gonna know like what kind of techniques already exist in order to protect yourself. And finally, trust your instincts. If something feels off, like your spidey senses tingling, don't ignore it. It's probably not just bad sushi talking. So remember, while social engineering can be humorous when it happens to others, falling victims to its now laughing matter, but armed with knowledge and a dash of humor, you can outwit these wily tricksters and keep your data safe and secure. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening. And if you have any questions or if you have any maybe life experience with this kind of social engineering stuff, you can share it in comments below. Thank you for listening.